Um, I just want to come in here real quick and talk about how love is an act of service. Love is not being used. Okay. In this social construct, like people use love as a tool, right? So they only use it for their benefit. They only feel is justified for them. Like they use love like as a license to for people to be lenient towards them. But once you understand that love is an act of service, you will then start understanding who loves you and who doesn't. It's an act of service because when you love someone, you want to serve them, not serve them like you're a slave, but just on the surface of you serving them, you showing them, you being there for them, you're servicing your love, you're servicing your spirit, you're servicing what God to the person that you love, right? A lot of people get this confused because a lot of people only focus on the love that they have within them and not what they're receiving from the outside. That's why some people stay a little bit too long, right? That's why some people be in situationships too long. That's why some people don't move away from people are abusing them or using them or not using love as an act of service, because there are times where you revert back to the love that you have. You revert back to the love that you have. You revert back how you feel for a particular person. You revert back to your position in the situation, whether family, romantic, friendship. You revert back to that position that you've been placed in, and then you will rely on that love to 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 suffice what you're going through, what you're feeling. But once you understand what love is, you just can't rely on the love that you have. Like you can't just rely on the love that you have. It becomes draining once you start loving and servicing people who don't know what love is, who will they'll sacrifice you for the strength of their selfishness. That isn't love. Okay. Get around people who can see you, get around people who can value you, get around people who love you, get around people who know who you are. Because a lot of people use, like I said before, a lot of people use love as a tool. So they can tell you in the relationship or in the family setting that they love you, but then you also start seeing that love look different. For that love that they showing you is come different compared to the love they giving out, right? So I just say to somebody, say, "Oh, I love you in a relationship. I love you," but you got to pull nails and hair and everything in their bed for people to give you the basics. But then you look on the other side of who they say that they love, it's no problem. It's no problem for those people to do what they want. It's no problem for those people to love on the people that they want to love. But once you start telling them, like, look, like, I know you say you love me, but I gotta go through too much for the bare minimum, and then they start talking bad about you, they start talking down on you to make it seem like you don't know what love is. But understand, they only start talking down on you and bad on you because they don't want you to take away the love that you have for them. Understand that people who love you will have no problem on servicing you. Now, you don't want somebody servicing you to the point where, they lose their sense of self. But love is an act of service. So you don't want to do nothing for me. You don't want to, you just think you just come here and take and I'm supposed to do, and you're just supposed to, that's not love. That's being used. Okay, but understand, in love you're going to be used, but if you can't use the person that you're loving also, that's not going to work. It's not going to work, because in the act of love, you will be used. But the love has to be reciprocated in a way. It has to be a balance there. Like you can't just be of service and you're getting no reciprocation from the love that you're giving out. It doesn't work like that. And then people, once you start noticing, like, look, you don't love me the way you say you do. Or once you start like, oh, I know you say you love me, but this don't feel like love. They will literally start getting mad at you. Oh, I can't believe you said something like that. But what about when I did? But wait a minute. Because just us existing, you don't show me love. Just us being around each other, you don't show me love. Just by us, doing what we do, there's nothing loving that's there. It always seems to be, it's convenient for me to love, for you to say that you love me. I'm not getting any convenience out of this love. In this situation that we're in this family situation, in this romantic situation, in this friendship situation, the convenience is all given to you. That isn't love. That is being used. And people are so scared of love because they feel like they don't want to be used. They're not going to be reciprocated in the action and energy. You just have to find those people who love the way that you love. Period. You have to find the people that love the way that you love. Because looking for someone to love you the way that you love, or look for someone to pour into you the way you pour onto them, and you begging and you wondering why, and all these years you've seen these people treat these people a certain way, but then when it comes to me, every time I ask for a little bit, it's just up in an uproar. That's not love. That's not love. People will tell you that they love you in order for you to be convenient towards them. People will tell you that they love you in order for them to get what they need from you. They don't want you to move that love. They don't want to give the love back, but they don't want. Hi, I'm not even looking at the comments, but hello, thank you for watching. They don't even want to give the love back. They just don't want you to remove yourself because they're being convenienced in what you're giving them. Understand that love is an act of service. Love is an act of service. There are times that you do things out of love that may be inconvenience for you, but you in your head and in your mind, you say, you know what? I love them. Let me look out. Or I love them. They need me right now. I'm tired. I love them. I'm tired as hell. They need me right now. Let me show up for them. Let me be a service for them right now because I do love them. People don't do that. Because a lot of people don't know what love is. In order to know love, you got to love God. Okay? God is love. Period. Period, point blank. God is love. Okay? So you have to know love in order for you to be loved, in order for you to show love and give love. People misuse love. They misuse it. They misuse it all the time. And they be sitting around in their face and they swear they don't know what it is because it's not within them. Someone who has the frequency to love can see love right in front of them. It isn't, no, well, I don't know, well, maybe so. Well, no, love is looking at you in your face because you are love. You have to be love in order to know what love is. So people who aren't love will argue you left or right that they love you, but you can't because you're not love. You don't even do things as lovingly to yourself. You don't even talk to yourself lovingly. You don't even show that type of love to you. Like, you have to understand that love frequency is real different. Like, it's very, a lot of people throw love around because it's like a license, right? It's like, it's an assurance. It's a license. Like, here you go. I love you. Here you go. Okay, but give me something back. But that's not love. Okay? That trust and understand that's not love. So I wanted to come on here real quick to say how love is an act of service. And anyone who loves you has to be a service to you. No one has to give you more. No one has to, sacrifice themselves for you. But when it comes to on the acts of service, love is that. You have to act on that. You have to serve who you love. And a lot of people don't want to serve who you love because they think it makes them less dominant. They think it makes them submissive. They think it makes them a fool for them to be a service of love. But if you're loving and you're servicing on someone or servicing someone that you love and they servicing you back, you ain't going to get nothing but abundance out of that. Love is nothing to be afraid of. Only people who are afraid of love is people who don't know love. Love is nothing to be afraid of. You have to be in the service of love. You have to be in the frequency of love. You have to be in the energy of love to understand what that love frequency is. And a lot of times that love frequency can get distorted even someone do loves you because they've been, traumatized and they done dealt with things in their life and, they have to, go through the things that trouble them in order for them to even be in the presence of love within themselves, right? If you have enough grace, if you have enough patience, you can try to deal with that. But on the other spectrum, like love is an act of service. You around somebody, you're always showing up for them. You always provide whatever this time, monetary, energy, physically, emotionally. You're always showing up in the acts of the service that you have towards them, towards your love, and they always reject the service towards you. That's not love. That's not love. And a lot of people will be in relationships for years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, just because they think that loving the person that they love is going to justify them not being in the acts of service. No, you're just going to be depleted. You cannot love on something and then you're not getting any reciprocation from that. It has to be not even an even exchange because people are in different areas. People can give you certain things in this area, then that person can give you certain things in this area. Then you kind of go back and forth with each other. But when it comes to the essence and the energy of actually being reciprocated, the energy of love, you can't survive on that by yourself. You can't survive on what you're giving out by yourself. That's why I usually see people in these relationships, they be together for 20 years and 30 years and 10 years, even 5 years. And these people look burnt out. I mean, burnt out. I mean, stressed. Either they look real small, or they gain a lot of weight, or they look really old. Like there's just things that change within them in their relationship because they're getting sucked dry by that relationship. They're giving all the service in that relationship. So by them giving all the service and the service not being reciprocated back to them, it is draining them physically. It is draining them emotionally. It is draining them spiritually. And then people will stay in those situations because they say, oh no, it's okay, I love them. But you're now at this point, now you are sacrificing yourself for love. That comes in another video because there are times I sacrifice themselves for love, right? And I had to break that down in instances where that comes into play. Let's just say you have a child and your child needs something and your child is sick, or you will sacrifice your sleep for your child, right? You will sacrifice your time for your child. You will sacrifice the energy that you have in order to give it to your child on that instance, right? But when it comes to the point of you always sacrificing your wants, your needs, your happiness, what you desire, how you want to be, how you want to live, how you want to feel, how you want to speak, how you want to dress, how you want to do your house, how you want to move, all because of someone that isn't love. Now that's slavery. That is slavery. Okay? But if you're not used to that love frequency and the love energy, and you're just based on the love that you have for a lot of people, they will stay in those situations. And that's not love either. Like, even if you love somebody, you feel like, I really love them, but they're not in a space to love you correctly, you're going to damage yourself in that space no matter how much you love them or not. It's going to be damaging to you. It's going to be painful. It's going to hurt you. Okay? People have to love within themselves to know love, to be love. You have to be love. You have to know love. In order for love to bounce off of you, and then you receive it back like, oh, this feels familiar, because you already know what that is. It's inside of you. You're not looking for people to give love to you. You're not looking for people to, use, because, once you get them to love you, then you can have, no, that love has to start from you first. That love has to be in you first. That love has to come from you first in order for you to even know what it is. You have to be in the acts of service of love wherever you go. That's love. That's love right there. Okay? So I'm about to go. So I just want to come in here and say that. And y'all have a good one. All right. Bye.